Today, I am in ancient Egypt in the year of 1350 BC, interviewing an up-and-coming star, a star in the making, a sculptor that will go down in history. Not saying he is going to fall, but the sculptor whose name will reign on, Thutmose. Now, Thutmose, tell everyone the 411.
The what?
The scoop, the sitch, the lowdown. For Pete's sake, who do you work for?
I am the official court sculptor of the Egyptian pharaoh Thutmose, or as I like to say, I'm the king's favorite and the master of all works. However, you can say I'm kind of a big deal. I work day in and day out creating extraordinary work that is unparalleled to my predecessors. I live a luxurious life where people envy me yet leave me alone. No distractions, no annoying reporters until now.
Wonderful, wonderful. You sound like a gift from God.
Do you mean a gift from the deities?
Oh, yes, of course. However, Thutmose, are you saying that you're better than the artists that created the pyramids of Giza? I mean, the overall scale and beauty of the pyramids are why people travel thousands of miles. They go to bask in the glory of a structure that will later in time be considered one of the 7 wonders of the world. How can you even compare yourself to the men who designed something so world-renowned?
I would compare myself in a sense of how one values beauty. If people travel all over the world to be visually overwhelmed by the assumed beauty, people are being misled. What is beautiful about taking thousands of slaves and forcing them to create these pyramids in vain? What does one accomplish by erecting these blemishes on Egypt's face? Beauty is not found in the finished product, but also in the process of completion. There is nothing beautiful about numerous bricks stacked upon each other at the cost of countless lives. If I were to compare myself to those great designers, I would be doing myself a disservice. In order to see the true aesthetic beauty of Egypt, one should focus on what makes Egypt Egypt. The people. Nature will always be imperfect. We have droughts, famines, storms, war, and many more. People, on the other hand, can be perfect.
Wow, you really don't like the pyramids, do you? How can people be perfect?
In the sense of beauty, no. I believe people possess traits of beauty. My sculpture of Nefertiti shows these traits. Notice the elongated neck, perfect soft skin, thin nose, and her symmetrical face. If one really wants to bask in the beauty of nature, we should bask in the beauty of people, not pyramids. The pyramids and any other structures are all made by man. Man is made by nature. The natural beauty so many people seek then lives within mankind.
I will admit that you do have a very different yet interesting way of looking at beauty. What were your methods on creating this sculpture?
I used mainly limestone when creating the bust. The limestone was covered in a thin layer of plaster so I could create the very fine details you see within it. I did use various powders, kohls, and chalk to create the colors that you see. I do not wish to disclose on any other methods with you, as for those inferior to me may try to replicate my work.
What was your goal, or how did you want this piece to come across to your audience?
I create art with conceptual meaning behind it. I want beauty to be demonstrated in the rulers we have governing our fair country.
So did your art affect culture at all?
Well, I believe that it affected culture as well as it was affected by culture. During this time, Thutmose shifted the belief from many gods to a single god view. Out of this, a new ideal of beauty was created. My sculpture serves as an interpretation of this beauty. It is the vision of our times. The people could reflect on my work and see what the vision of beauty in Ackerman truly was.
You are truly creating art that will go down into history. Trust me, what you are doing is raising the standards for art to come. Have you been creating more art recently?
I actually am in the process of producing similar works of art with the medium of plaster. I am creating more busts of people to view this period of works. I will be focusing on many women from the era of Ackerman. I am on the forefront of new creations, and I can assure you there's more to come.
Wow! The world looks forward to seeing more of your amazing work, Thutmose. Thank you for allowing me to pick your brain for a while, and not in the embalming kind of way either. That is all for today, folks. Tune in next week when we meet the famous Michelangelo.